The man's candy fell to the ground. Nonchalantly, he picked it up and shoved it into the driver's mouth, simply because he was the head of the North Korean Defense Department. His power was so immense that he could single-handedly control the fate of others, and few dared to disobey him. When Jack was asked about his plans after retiring from the military,
고민 없습니다. 당이 정해준 곳에서 인민을 위해 열심히 일할 생각입니다.
아 새끼 내가 그래서 네 부하는 거야.
beneath his honest exterior lay a heart that had long yearned to defect. Serving in the North Korean army meant a full 10 years of service, during which they were constantly subjected to films showcasing the consequences of defection. Jack found this life unbearable and constantly thought about escaping. But the 38th parallel seemed like an unattainable dream. Every night, when the other soldiers were asleep, Jack would sneak out of bed and quickly run to the ventilation duct in the canteen. He would pry open the duct, crawl through, and start timing himself as he ran southward. Although there were numerous landmines buried near the 38th parallel, Jack seemed to fear something more terrifying than death itself. Jack carefully searched for traces of landmines, marking them in his notebook and inserting a wooden stick at each location. As he got closer to South Korea, he felt both excited and overjoyed, as if the air itself was filled with a hint of freedom. But just then, a landmine went off. He quickly ducked down, only to discover that it was just a wild boar. However, time was running out as the soldiers' patrol was approaching, so he hurried back to the barracks. Seeing his teammates still asleep, he finally felt at ease and lay down. Today, he was one day closer to South Korea. However, during training the next day, a soldier mentioned smelling rust, indicating that it was going to rain and potentially soak the markers Jack had made. Jack felt a bit nervous but laughed it off. The next second, a landmine exploded and everyone was on high alert. Fortunately, it was just a wild boar that the soldiers could bring back to eat. Late at night, when all was quiet, Jack secretly turned on the radio. As he listened to the songs from his hometown, he was entranced. At that moment, a soldier on guard duty walked in.
남한으로 가실 거디요.
아, 새끼? 배트기 굶다 못해 정신이 나가서?
예보보다 비가 일찍 내릴 것 같으니까 가실라는 거 아닙니까? 비 내리면 지뢰 위치가 바뀌어서 못 가니 말입니다.
Jack thought he had covered his tracks, but the soldier saw through everything. Jack angrily threatened the soldier, saying that if he told anyone, he would die. To his surprise, the soldier, named Matt, also wanted to escape. Matt revealed that his mother had successfully escaped, and tomorrow was his birthday. He desperately wanted to see his mother one more time. Jack's tense nerves relaxed a bit, but he didn't acknowledge it. He told Matt to forget about their conversation today and to never think about it again. That night, as Jack lay in bed, he planned to escape. But just then, an alarm sounded, and everyone had to assemble. Jack was anxious, wondering why the alarm had to go off at this particular moment. Nonetheless, he had to cooperate with the team and wait for an opportunity. Jack put on his gear and took the chance to go to the canteen to check. To his horror, he discovered that Matt had already escaped. Jack hurried to the edge of the barracks and tried to persuade Matt not to be impatient. The two argued fiercely, but eventually, Matt relented. However, just as they were about to return, a searchlight came on. The patrol team approached and knocked Jack unconscious. When the two woke up again, they had already been tortured beyond recognition.